Hello, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mohammad Asim. Today we will be continuing day 4 of Terraform series, and what we are going to discuss about is that let me just go refresh day 1, day 2 and day 3. This is a complete series which is available on my channel, which is the channel name is Cloud Asim. Right, if you click over Terraform series, there you can see it. In the day 1 we have covered Terraform basics and how to create AWS resources and how you can use remote access of your server EC2 instance, and you can install multiple applications packages with Terraform, right? And have explained what is Terraform, how you can install on your local laptop, how you can configure AWS CLI to integrate with your provider AWS, right, with your local machine, how you can use VS Code, right, as a code editor, and how you can install the plugins of Terraform in your applications and the syntax of the files. And we have seen how you can create VPC and the subnets in the RAD, and how you can specify CADR block that you can go through, and you can know how to write MAIN.tf. The extension for Terraform will be TF. Okay, in day 3 we have gone to the deeper, and we have mentioned that how the Terraform profile can be created, multiple profiles, and you can how you can enhance your security just to make it as a default, or with a specific person, right? Different profiles with that, using the credentials of IAM credentials of AWS. How you are integrating your Terraform with your AWS providers, right? How you're communicating and you're validating the things. And we have mentioned the arguments. What are arguments? How you can mention the argument, and attributes. What are the meta arguments, and how you're going to create an EC2 instance. Okay. Today is a day 4, right? Today what we are going to discuss is that the few steps which I'll be mentioning, that when you create a VPC, right, and the subnet, how you're going to create an EC2 within that. So the topic we are going to cover is a depend on, right? So that I will show you, and how you can use install multiple application along with the infrastructure using shell scripting, right? Before here we have mentioned is the remote access. So what we were mentioning that to Terraform, that we are providing one PEM key. So with that PEM key, Terraform used to access our server and install all remotely your applications, right? But here in this case we are going to mention one deploy.sh file. In that we will be installing specific commands or the packages to be installed in the specific category way. We are going to cover this topic. Let's go and check it out with that. Okay, so we are over here. So if you see over here, so I have one provider file. I'll show you that. This is syntax. This is a provider file. This will be the default, right? We are communicating. If you check it over here, whenever you're seeing in the left side, that is the argument. If you're seeing anything in the right side, that is attribute. Okay, this I think we already discussed about this in the last tutorial, day 3. Okay, the provider I'm mentioning AWS. If you're having GCP, Azure, Cloud, any of Pride, Alibaba, anyone, you can mention it over there. Okay, the specific region we are mentioning AP South 1 with, because this is the nearest to our location, as we are Telangana, Hyderabad based, right? The profile which I'm mentioning is a default. The reason for that is I don't want to expose my keys over here for the security concerns, right? So this part is completely standard one, so we'll be continuing with the same thing. The next thing what we have to do is we have to create one file with the name of main.tf, right? Main.tf. Sorry, let me rename this. Main. Right. Okay. So if you check it over here, so we already covered, right, how is it the main.tf, where we have to specify what resources we are going to use and what we are going to do it, right? The first step what we will do it, just we will go and we will mention that this is done by us, right? So just I will paste it over here just to tell you. Okay, so this is done. What we are mentioning is that this is a target file which will create one VPC, right, and the product subnet and EC2 instance, and it will run a shell script to install specified tools. Okay, and I will show you how it's going to call, right? This part is done. Just to know that what this main.tf file will be done, so is a standard way to just keep it that. And whenever you are creating any file, mention that author. If you have in your organization, if you have multiple main.tf files and you want to edit, or you want to get any clarification related to that, then you can contact this person, right? So just to have some clarity, this is a standard way to do it. Okay, and the second thing, as you know very well, that just you have to mention the resource. Okay, so what I will do it, I will create the resource over here, and I will say that I want to create one VPC with the name, let's say my VPC, right, project1. Let me give it, and the CDR blocks I will be giving the standard way. If you want anything, yeah, we'll keep it the same way, and the name we will give it 1, right? So we have given the specified VPC, right? The second thing what we will do it, we will create one subnet in this, right? Because our application will be running, our EC2 instance, that will be an application or anything else that can be run over here, right? In the private, we'll create one subnet associated with that. Okay, here let me explain to you. The subnet name I'm giving it product1. Okay, product1. And what I'm giving it, I'm giving a CDR blocks, so I should block some of the IPs for my EC2 instance within this products, right? Product subnet. And this AWS VPC, this is a standard way which we have to give it, and I will be giving my VPC project. This will be reference to this above mentioned name. So what I'm calling is that whatever the IP is generated based on this, whatever the VPC ID is generated on this, take that ID. Okay, within that ID, create one subnet product.1. Okay, for that CDR block is this, because my VPC is not yet created, right? We are going to create. In this case, I don't know what IP, what ID I will be having of my VPC. If you're working with existing ID, right? Let's say if you want to create a subnet in your existing VPC, then you have to give the direct ID of your VPC ID from your console. Just go in the console and take the VPC ID, just provide here. But in this case, we don't know what is going to be ID of our VPC, because we are going to create the infrastructure. We have not even created. Okay, and the availability zone, I will mention that AP South 1. Okay, the reason for that is we have creating in the AP South, right? In that we have multiple zones. So, and the product name I will giving the 1. Okay, and the next step what we will do it, I have explained this part, right? So what I'm doing, I have continuing 2 parts. First, I'm creating AWS VPC, right? In that VPC, what we are doing, we are creating one subnet. Okay, two things has been done. So after that, what we will do it, and we will assign one NAT gateway, internet gateway, and routing table, because we required routing table after that while we create when we are going to connect with the internet, right? So your subnet should have internet connections, right? For that, what we are doing, we are giving the internet gateway. This is the default one. Okay, if you want to check, let me show how we got that Terraform syntax. Okay, the argument sources. Okay, if you click on the depend on, so it will show that, see, I'll give the example of this also. Where are these removed deployment cycle sources? Okay, if you just go and search on the internet, let me show you again. Let me say Terraform syntax for subnets, right? AWS. Just if you click over here, then you'll be coming for Terraform registry, right? There you are able to see that, okay, how you're going to write the the resources. Just you have to mention that AWS sent a subnet and the name of your subnet, okay, and the VPC ID which we have already copied, right? VPC is AWS. After that, this is my VPC ID, okay. Then I'm giving the tag name main, right? I'm giving the tag name. Just I have added so that it should not be resources, okay. So these are things. If you want secondary VPC for the secondary subnet in the secondary VPC block, then that also can be created. So just you have to come and you can search everything on the Google. You will be coming to HashiCorp. This is the official registry of Terraform. From here you can copy and you can edit everything, okay. The next part what we have done is internet gateway, okay. So let me check internet gateway, right? Syntax for internet gateway. Let me just check it over here. I will show you that too. If you just check on the internet, then you will be coming to this page, okay. Just if you click it over here, then you will be coming to internet gateway, okay. Just check on the Google reference to that. So it has given example how you're going to use, okay. Resource internet gateway, the name of your gateway, then you have to give the VPC ID which we have given, and the tag and name is main, okay. Just what we have given over here. Resource we have mentioned AWS internet gateway, okay, the same way which we use over here, and I have customized my internet gateway, all right. And I have given the VPC ID which is over here, AWS VPC dot my VPC dot project1, right. So just let me correct this too, so that there should not be any error. After that, then I have given the tag name my VPC. The same way, if you come over here and then you check in the internet, okay, for the root table, tables, for the root table, right. Let me just tables, right. Just click over here, then you will be coming to, for the example, how you are going to create mention your Terraform file, right. See here you have to mention resource AWS root table, and then we have to give VPC ID which we already gave, and the CDR block whichever you have given mention above, and the gateway ID, okay. The same way we have followed over here. See our resource, right, subnet association, I have given the name, then I have given the subnet ID. The ID is over here, right. What was the ID of my VPC product1, right, project1. So okay, where we have given the CDR block 00 internet gateway, right, ID, and the name of the disk we already mentioned, and the subnet ID is product1, AWS subnet product1, because we have created with the product1, right, here the product1 as a subnet. So you have to mention for the subnet I need the internet gateway, right, routing table. So this you can mention it over here. These are the same thing process. We are providing AWS root tables association and subnet association. Fine. So this is fine. So what we are doing, we are creating the infrastructure now. Let me save now, and the first step what you have to do it, you have to check it out, AWS configure. Let me see what are the keys I do have. Yes, the key is over here, but I don't have the activation key. Let me go to my account. So what I will do it, I will create a new security keys. With that keys, we will create this infrastructure. What you have to do it, you have to create a one access key. Just click over here, and this will be prompt to you. Just paste it over here and paste it here, enter, right, and this you have to paste it, okay. You have to paste it over here, then you have to give it a syntax enter, right. So this is how your how you can communicate with your local machine to your AWS account, right? This, if you check it over here, then it will prove me that no, it will one-side view. Just you have to download or save based on your requirement. After you're completing, just click on this and action, either you deactivate or delete. Okay, so that based on your requirement you can activate, deactivate. Okay, so and this, there is a limitation. In one account you can create only at a time 2 access keys, so you have to make sure that you should not create more than 2. Okay, and then it's fine. So I have everything is created. I have provider which I have mentioned, and I have given the profile name as a default. So this, whatever the credential which I have given, that it will be called. So the first command which I have to create, which I have to use to make this directory, right? Directory as Terraform resource, right? So what I've been missing, Terraform init. Sorry, I have used the wrong command, Terraform init, right? So it will initialize and initialize this directory, right? So it will create plugin. It will contact with the AWS provider. It will validate my credentials, and it will inform me that this is fine. You can go ahead, and there will be one .files will be created as a dependency file. Okay, if you check it over here, files is getting created. It will log the version, this version we are using, right? v5.38 version. So whenever we are communicating in this directory, so that will be reference. So see, if you check it over here, it's showing that the version has been logged. This file is maintained automatically by Terraform init. Whenever you create Terraform, just command, this file will be created, and it will be in your directory. We are working with this folder, right? It will be in this directory. So this part is done, and let me validate validate our code, what we have written. There is any syntax error or something, so it will just check the validate. Let me check settings too, so that I can just change the font size if it's not visible. Okay. So I have created one. Let me just check it out, what mistake we have done it. This is fine, this is fine. Resources, this is fine, this is fine. Let me try it this way. If you check it over here, we have done one mistake. The VPC ID what we have mentioned is wrong. The reason for that is we have mentioned over here the VPC should be project 1, right? So here I have to add the name. I have to match it with this. So let me save now. Okay, so just I will use the same command, just Terraform Validate, so that I will check it out. Is there any error coming on now? Okay, this is how you can debug your Terraform files. So usually this happens when you create your infrastructure or anything. So it's showing me that yes, it's fine. Your Terraform is validated successful. Now what I will do it, I will give it Terraform apply. So it will just prompt you that, you know, this thing is going to create these resources in your account. So what you have to do it, you have to go to AWS again, AWS, sorry, VPC division, because we are creating VPC, right? So let me open, because when the resource is created, so we should be able to see that. So it's showing that this resource is going to create. Are you okay with that? And it's showing that 5 resources going to add. Okay, what are the 5 resources? Let me just show you. First, it will create one VPC, then it will create one subnet, then within the subnet it will create internet gateway, then it will create AWS routing table, then it will create one subnet association which it will integrate, so the traffic should come to that subnet, whatever the instance or services you're hosting in that subnet. Okay, if you check it here, it's saying that 5 resources had been added, 0 is changed, 0 is destroyed. Yes, the fine, we have asked for this only. So if you go on your account, if you just refresh now, or you can click on the my VPC, the region has to be Mumbai, right? We are creating in the Mumbai regions. So this part, if you check it over here, then in the VPC, if you check here, yes, my VPC project 1 is created. Okay, now infrastructure is created. If you check it over here, does it has any CDR block? If you check it over here, yes, 10.0.0.16. Does we have given the same thing? So if you check it here, yes, it's fine. We have given the same thing. So this is fine. If you go into the subnet, yes, I have one subnet which I have given as a product 1. Okay, just go over here up. Let me take it up. So just zoom out middle. Okay, so what we have given for the subnet product 1, right? And we have given CDR blocks 10.0.1. 10.0.1. Okay, the CDR blocks is the same which we have given over here, and we have given the AP South A1, right? And we have created one routing table also. See, this routing table is over here, and this subnet is associated with my VPC project 1, which we have mentioned in our code, right? This part is already done, and if I check my routing table, then you'll be able to find, yes, this routing table is created, and this is associated with the my VPC. If I just check reverse, yes, my VPC project 1, that is fine. So as per the infrastructure level, we have created one VPC, we have created one subnet, and we have given internet gateway and the routing table, so the traffic has to come from the internet to our resources what we are going to create, EC2 instance. Okay, this part is done. The next part, what we will do it, we will create some of the resources within that. So before that, what we have to do it, we have to create one security group. Okay, we will create one security group. So let me tag it over here, and I will paste it over here. So what I'm saying that this part is done. This is new, right? What I'm doing, I'm creating one security group with the name project security group 10, right? And I'm allowing some of the inbound traffic, right? And where you want this this security group to be created in our VPC, right? It has to be associated with our VPC. So it should be used only with our VPC, right? So I will give the VPC name as AWS VPC, my VPC project 1. So if you check it over here, this is the name of my VPC, right? Which I have given over here. So this is done, and I'm using SSH port and HTTP port, HTTPS ports, and I need one Node.js also because we are going to install in the future for case no. Okay, fine. I'm using 3000 port, 8000 for Jenkins, and Sonarqube for 9000. Okay, and I'm this part is depend on. So this is depend with the curly brackets. We have to mention that this ports and what we are opening, this is depend on what, on the security group. So whatever the security group we are creating, in that security group we are opening inbound rules for this. Okay, so I'm mentioning that it should be open, it should be publicly accessible. So I'm giving that IP4 for 0.0.0./0. That means it can be accessible anywhere from the internet. Okay, and egress also I'm giving that it should be routed back the same way in inbound traffic and outbound traffic. And I'm giving the name as a project 10 security group. Over here I have given the same thing. So I'll just save. Okay, and I will validate Terraform Validate, right? So it will validate my code. If there is a syntax error or something else, then it will just prove me that there is a syntax error, missing of any configurations or wrong configurations or any curly bracket, the configuration is valid. So what I will do it now, Terraform apply, right? I can use the command auto operate because I'm sure that I can apply because I have reviewed this. So just apply, so it will not prompt you yes. So by default what we are doing is that we are adding one resources, we are not changing any resources, we are not destroying any resources. So what prompt we will be using, that one resources is one is added, 0 is changed, 0 is destroyed, right? This is what we have done it. So if I check over here the security groups, let me go to the EC2 section, right? In the EC2 section you'll be able to see security group over here. Just go to down security group, click over here, and you will be seeing project S3, right? project 10 security group, and that is associated to my VPC, that is 4A4. If you check it over here, then you will see that the VPC name is 4A4. So if you're creating any instances, you can use the same security group of this security group in your VPC. Okay, so this part is also created. Now we have created the infrastructure, we have created a security group, and we have allotted some of the ports. The next step what you have to do is that you have to create an EC2 instance, right? So for that, just copy and paste it over here. Okay, and let me just explain to you also what I'm using. I'm creating a one EC2 instance, okay, with the name of new project, right? And I'm giving AMI of Ubuntu. So if you go here in the security group, let me go and show you that also as well. So I'm in the Mumbai region, right? You have to check the region. If you click on the log instance, then you'll be routed over here, right? So what I'm doing, I'm taking Ubuntu operating system, then you will receive one ID of this AMI. So this is the same AMI. Let me copy over here, and I will go back here and I will paste it over here, right? So this is the ID, and you have to check always in the regions. Every region has different AMIs, Amazon machine images. So I'm using T2 medium, okay, and I'm using the key name 123, right? So before that, what I have to do it, I have to go back to EC2 instances. Then I have to check it out, key pair, okay, key pair what we have created. I have 123 key pair over here, right? So even I have in my download folder. So with that download, I can access later on. So whatever the key name you are giving, that should be created in your key pair in AWS account, okay, and it should be available in your local machine also, so that you can access later on your server, right? So I have AWS 123, or if you want any another key pair, so let me show that test 1 2 4. So just what I will do it, I have searched over here, so I found this file, the key is available, and it is also downloaded now, just right. So if I check in the download folders, am I able to see? Yes, it is exist over here. So if I go over here, and I will change the key name to test.123, okay, and what I'm doing, I'm giving the subnet of my product. Subnet of product is product1, which we have given above. This is a let me show you that also as well. This is a product1 subnet we have creating, right? So I have given over here, then I have given the zone is available to South A1, okay, then associated public address. Yes, I'm making that. I need one public address so I can access that one. And the security key, VPC security group, I have given over here. The same thing, I'm copying it, AWS security group dot project SG10. So if you check it here, I'm giving the same product SG10, okay. And here what I'm doing, this is the part, user data, okay. So if I show you that how do you create EC2 instance, right? If you click it over here, launch instance, if you go down, see user data, right? If you insert any command over here, let's say echo anything, echo hello world, then it will prompt you hello world also, right? But there is some issue, some prompting that you have to give it shebang over here. Then you have to install some packages, like you have to install, if you are using yum, then you have to enter httpd. If you're using ubuntu, then you have to use what you call Nginx or any other Apache 2 based on your operating system which we are going to use in this. So you, by this you can specify the commands also in this, right? The same way we are going with the Terraform. So what I'm doing, instead of, if you check it over here, the name of this is user data, that is optional. This is also optional way, just I'm saying that user data, and I'm giving the template, because the template, and I'm giving it is available Deploy.sh. So what I'm saying, please run this shell script, okay. So if you want to run this shell script, the command is that // and deploy.sh, or else you can use one more command, sh deploy deploy.sh. okay, these two commands available. Either you can use as per your requirement. What is going to call AWS deploy.sh, okay, and where it is available, this is available in the main folder, that is in the root folder, okay, or is available over here. So if you check it over here, you'll see that I have deploy.sh, okay, deploy.sh. So here if you check it out, so I'm saying that please, I'm giving that shebang over in the top, so it should read bash scripting, right, bash another shell scripting in bash, and I'm saying that I'm the author for this, so that if anyone come to overcome, or if you have any issues in your real-time scenario, they can contact me and say that, see, I have issue with this script, can you please provide me the details, can you change it, or they can contact you for communication. Okay, I'm saying that please install, update the packages. I'm giving a 5-second gap, so that the packages should be installed, then it should move for the next step. I'm installing Nginx, I'm starting the server, so I have given specific sequence of the command. I'm installing Jenkins. For the Jenkins, I need JDK, OpenJDK 17, so I'm installing the keys of that, because by default Ubuntu does not have the packages of Nginx or Jenkins, so you have to add the keys and the packages for that. Then you have to dependency, that is the dependency for installation of our tools. Then we will installing the Jenkins. This is official documents where you have all the things, and we will going to install Trivy in that, and the Docker installation. We will install Docker, and we will install Sonarqube container one, okay, and we will run a Sonarqube on this, okay. Till all sports we have already opened in Ec2 or security group, so we can access through internet, okay. This part is done. So if you want to know how we created this, if you just go over here and search Jenkins on Ubuntu, so you'll be directed to jenkins.io, where you can go and check it out, the sequence of, if you are installing on Ubuntu, then you have this LTS version, you have to copy, you have long-term release, right, you have JDK version also, you have to copy these commands. So this is how you're going to write your shell script. So this is how we have written, okay. So just let me save this file, and let me save this as well. So let's try, okay, we have added one EC2 instance to create it, right. So for our case, we are creating only one instance. If you want to create multiple, then you have to give us a tag as a count, okay. So that we have covered in the last series. So what I will do it, I will come over here, and I will use Terraform Validate, right. Let me validate the code. If we have any syntax error or something else, so it will prove me that it's not matching with your ID of your subnet resources, or any VPC or product or security group, anything. So it's showing that everything is fine. Go ahead, Terraform apply, right. So if you're confusing how to integrate with your VS Code, this topic already I have covered in day 1 and the day 2. So you have to add day 1, day 2, then you have to come to this, okay. So what happened is, applying Terraform, it will prove me that this resource is going to overwrite. That means it will check my log state file, okay. If you check it over here, so it have one ID is created, right. It will check that this resource is already created. So what we are going to add on, okay. So it's showing that, if you say perform the actions, availability zone is south, one instance will be added that will be having IP addresses, right, and password, primary public IP will be there, and the ID already is start fresh from that, because we already created before the sources, right, and the name will be Nginx Terraform Jenkins will be named, okay, and it will take user data, okay, false, and it's showing that security group will be taken, this one which we have created above over here. So this everything is just taking from AWS, okay. Just I will prompt it S, so it will apply in the real time now. So it's creating the AWS instance. See, if you check it over here, it's creating the AWS instance, not creating the AWS VPC, because it was created earlier. So how do AWS this Terraform know? Because whenever the resource is created, it will log in their state files. Okay, cannot, no issue. So by default they will log the states over here and they will make a backup of this, so it will check it out what are the resources it has been created before. That will be skipped and it will create the new things. So it's saying that 1 resource is added, right, 0 is changed and 0 is destroyed. So if you check it over here, where I was to EC2 instance, so I should be able to see one instance over here. Okay, see, one instance is running that has public address also, and it has a security group and the key name which I have given over here, where is the key name test1245. Okay, so and it is created just now in the morning, right? Today is 23/02/2014 and the morning is 10. So this is how you are going to create. So if I check over here with the IP addresses, am I able to see the Jenkins? Does Jenkins is installed or no? So let me see that. 0, no, sorry, what was yes, see, I'll show you the part also. Let me come to deploys. Let us validate one by one. So before that, what we will do it, 241, right? 241. See, this part is saying that when you click over here, it's saying welcome to Nginx. This is a default pair. That means it have installed what it have installed. It have installed our one motive. I'll show you the motive. Our motive was to install what we were installing, Jenkins. Let me add this also. We added Nginx, right? Nginx. So if you check it over here with the IP address, just using HTTP, because you should not use HTTPS. Okay, just click over here, you are routed to that means our Nginx is already installed. So the same way, if I check over here 8080, then you will be seeing the Jenkins. No, it will take few seconds, or what happened? Okay, anyways, let me go and check it out, what happened. Okay, let me see. So what we will do it now, we will access our EC2 instance via SSH, right? So I'll copy the here, then I'll go back to a terminal and we will debug this, why that issue happened. It's supposed to install Jenkins in that, why it has been spaced out. Ubuntu, then I have to give it over the key, right? Just I'll give the key over here, then I will say that change the name as a test demo, right? So if you want to change any icon, you can keep the icon, then click OK. So it's authenticating. I'm into the server now. So before that, sudo su hyphen, right? And after that ll over here, then it's fine. If I check Jenkins, right, Jenkins is already there. Okay, why is happening? No issue. Status now, system ctl restart Jenkins. Okay, might be the reason that we are using multiple tools and our instance is T2 medium, so it got like the consumption is high, so it's got it's like stop the resources. No issue, we can go what we have to do it in that in the when you are creating, just go with the T2 medium. Try to do with the T2 medium. If you're not getting exceed, then what you have to do it, you have to go and go for T2 sorry, T2 X large. So status is working fine now. Okay, if I check over here with the code 8080, so we are into the Jenkins now, right? And even the same way, if you check it over here, Docker, so let me go with the same way, right? And I will the default port for Sonarqube is 90 9000, right? See, Sonarqube also is installed. If you check in our instance, let me see. So the consumption is getting high, so no issue. Trivy -v. So if you check it over here, then you will be receiving the Trivy version also. So whatever our motive is, that is already achieved. Okay, that is already achieved. Fine. So what we have done, we have created the EC2 VPC, right? Here, if you check it out, now we have installed by default Terraform installed the Jenkins Nginx Docker. With that Docker, it has created one Sonarqube container and it installed Trivy in that. Okay, so by using this file and using MAIN.tf, you can create multiple resources. Okay, so what we have done to the Terraform is that we have created one VPC. Within that VPC, what we have done, we have created one product subnet 1. We have associated internet gateway, we have associated route tabling to that, so the traffic should go to our subnet, right? To the subnet. In the subnet, we have EC2 instance which is hosting multiple tools and applications, right? And it should be 000 block, and we have given association also, right? We have added a security group, and we have created we have opened the port 80453, because see, I have not go manually and open this port from AWS console, so automatically with the Terraform it was open. So just I have used the IP address and I have accessed that. Okay, egress also is fine, that we have given a tag name, then we have taken the Ubuntu machine image, then we have assigned T2 medium, then we have taken the key, so that this key should be available in your AWS account in Mumbai region. If you're creating in Mumbai region, if you're creating in another region, then you have to create their one key, and you have to copy this from that region the Ubuntu image. Okay, this will change based on your regions. If you're outside of India, then you have to check it out and you have to override these things. Okay, and this also you have to create it. Okay, and you have to give the subnet IC which you have given up, right? Then you have to give the same available zone. Okay, if you're North Virginia, then give it North Virginia. If you're working in South Virginia, then you have to give it that. If you're going for Ubo or high, based on your area which we are working, right? And associated, we have given as that it associate one public IP. And VPC security group also we have mentioned, right? Security group, to call this security group and use for creating and associated with this EC2 instance. We have given the path of Deploy.sh, fine, and we have given Nginx Terraform this name. Okay, and how you going to, we have attached one volume 24. Okay, if you validate over here, if you see here, you're able to see that. Let me just show you that part also. Storage, we check the storage is 24. Okay, which we have mentioned in our file, right, in the Terraform resources. So this is depend on what? This depend on this EC2 instance. So this is how you're going to mention depend on and everything. So I think this thing is fine. So what you have to do it first, you have to Terraform destroy. So in one command you are able to destroy all created resources. You are not going to go manually and destroy everything, because you know you missed out this sequence of the steps. Maybe you will be missed out to delete some of the internet gateway or routing table or associated subnets or VPC product. What we have created subnets, right? And the security group will be missed out, and some of the resources will be missed out. So better practice is to delete from the Terraform. So when you complete this tutorial lab, okay, when you have hands on the practice, don't forget to delete this instance, all the resources what we have created. Okay, so it's showing, see what it is going in the sequence. That first AWS table root table is deleted, right? The second, what happened, instance is deleted, then the table association they have deleted, then they have deleted root tables, then they have destroyed internet gateway. Okay, they have a deleted EC2 instance. So it's saying that something is going destroying and still destroying, right? So it's taking few seconds, it will take few seconds. If you check in the console type, you should be able to see that this is terminating now. See, it's showing that it's already terminated. If I'm going for Sonarqube, yeah, I will not be able to access this because my instance is terminated, right? This is how you're going to do these things. If you check it over here in the VPC, what we have created, right? If you check in the root tables, so you're able to share that no routing table is there, which is already deleted. If you check in the VPC, so it's saying that still is there, but yes, see, it's showing that it's not exist. So if you refresh, maybe will be out. Yes, it has been deleted. If you go back over here, it's showing that resources 7 was destroyed, which we have created. 6 was infrastructure, 7th was EC2 instance. Okay, so this already is deleted and one file has been created over here. Okay, so this is how you can you can do it. And I'll show you one more important thing. So if I change the termination like 10, so if you check it over here, so I don't have any main.tf file, I have main.tf 10. So this will be not be recognized by Terraform. If I initialize Terraform in this directory, then it will prove me that there is no Terraform file.tf. Okay, I have one Terraform. Okay, but let me see what happens. I want to see because I missed out this part also. Okay, so let me rename this part to, just I will name it over here. I will try one more time. Let me see, it's showing that there is an empty directory that does not contain any of the Terraform files, so it only recognizes .tf. Okay, so you have to see this. Just rename this. So if you are installing the extension also, it will always show that there is a Terraform, this file consist of Terraform file, this is Terraform file. So this is how you can know it. Okay, fine, thanks connecting with us, hopefully. And this all the these files and the procedure or something else you'll be finding in the GitHub. Don't worry, I'll be uploading in the GitHub and I will give the link in my description video, so from that you can access and you can have this this complete code and you can add it, play with that. You can integrate some of the resources in that. If you can tag me on the LinkedIn also, I'm available, and you can mention that you have done something addition to that, and then you can create a one PR and you can merge to my code also. Okay, this is possible. So don't forget to share and subscribe with our subscribers and everything. Thanks connecting. Please stay tuned and share and subscribe with everyone. Thank you very much.